The NBA Playoffs 2022 round games and highlights will be coming up next on the Inspiriverse Network channel.
Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continues as we come up on Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals on EA Sports. From American Airlines Arena in South Florida, tonight, the Miami Heat taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Seated next to Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Sixers coming into play. They lead this finals 3 games to none, and the impressive win in Game 3 means they are well on their way to moving on.
And I'll tell you what, I am shocked. I mean shocked that we're here at 3-0 right now. I really thought this was going to be a battle. So now on the other side, this is a test about who you are as a basketball team. Do you have the resolve to fight back, or are you resigned to the fact that this one's just about over?
Victor Oladipo tips it.
Just incredible timing on that slot.
Lowry to Oladipo. Joel Embiid, huge block. That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Oladipo. Victor Oladipo at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. The monster stuff. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Baseline drive. P.J. Tucker able to recover with the block. Lowry into the front court. 2-point advantage. Butler, his first effort, off the mark. To Danny Green. A couple of cracks at the line now.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one goes down. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. So Oladipo lets it fly from long range, and Victor Oladipo, quick catch and shoot that time for 3.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Tough-looking shot there, still gets it to go down.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
To Danny Green. And scores.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. To Danny Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tobias Harris is going to get 3 shots here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Second is 3. Got it. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Tucker to Lowry. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Danny Green, guarded by Jimmy Butler. from long range. Hits it, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Danny Green with a chance at a 4-point play, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Three-pointer and now a free throw on the trip. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry to P.J. Tucker. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Dwayne Dedmon has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 69% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
The NBA Playoffs 2022 round Game 4 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 3 Milwaukee Bucks, Seed 2 Boston Celtics.
Goes to the right side. Harris to Danny Green. Fires the 3, knocks it down, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Danny Green with a chance at a 4-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. It's the free throw. Miami with the basketball. Lowry to Oladipo. Going to launch beyond the arc. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Tucker. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. Got it.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Lowry has the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. So it's going to stay with Miami. Lowry to P.J. Tucker. 5 on the shot clock. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
One of the hardest working guys in the league, and that's how he got his money. That's his skill set. That weight room continues to pay off.
Harris to the basket, but his shot stays out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Oladipo into the front court, trailing by 4. Has a look. Oladipo's shot no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Knocked loose. 2 points for Danny Green.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
P.J. Tucker, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 74% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. Sixers control it. And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Oladipo to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Oladipo, not that time. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Tobias Harris. To Danny Green. Millsap to Tobias Harris. Here's a chance from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
New blood coming in for both sides. Harris to Jordan. Dwayne Dedmon with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And the finish at the rim. Dwayne Dedmon rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And a backcourt violation. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Beyond the arc for 3. Textbook defense. Dwayne Dedmon sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Nothing going here on that drive. Danny Green pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Oladipo into the front court. Down 4 to P.J. Tucker. Oh, I missed a short one there. Another follow. No good. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And counted at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Tucker. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Cruises inside for 2.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Oladipo to P.J. Tucker. Danny Green sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Down to 5 on the 24. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Misses the first. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To P.J. Tucker. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Oladipo into the front court. Down 6.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good. It's the Heat with the possession to Oladipo. For 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Oladipo into the front court. Now down 6. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Oladipo. And draws the foul.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. On the shot clock for Philadelphia. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Victor Oladipo can't get the bounce.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Lets it fly from long range. Now that's a contest. Now a steal by Philly. Good look that time, but off the mark. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4. Back with more after this. It's the second round of the Eastern Conference Playoffs on EA Sports.
The NBA Playoffs 2022 round Game 5 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 1 Phoenix Suns, Seed 4 Dallas Mavericks.
Started here in the second quarter. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Butler to bring it up. They find themselves down 10. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Joel Embiid. He's 2 for 2 now.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Harden into the front. It's blocked.
You see, that's why you never give up on the play, Ed. You always stay in the game.
Reminiscent of LeBron on Iguodala. To Butler. Oladipo. Great pass to set it up. Gets to the basket and scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
It goes down. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Jimmy Butler, 2 of 4 now. We talk so much about
NBA playoffs 2022 round game 4 matchup will be coming up next. C2 Memphis Grizzlies, C3 Golden State
I have a phrase
Warriors.
that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Millsap. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going in.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Miami's got it. Surveys the floor. Curling inside. To the basket is Butler, but he can't finish. Victor Oladipo swats it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Cash is in for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Butler. Off the assist.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Deep right corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Heat. Butler into the front court. Trailing by 10. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. To Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Screen coming right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Danny Green from long range. Well defended. Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Waiters. Nothing going here on that drive. To Waiters. Fires a three. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Dion Waiters with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. And he knocks it down at the line. Philadelphia with the basketball. Harden. Down low to Jordan. Won't go.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Harden. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Dion Waiters. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Harris. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Tucker to Lowry. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Jimmy Butler for 2. Wide open look, won't go.
The NBA Playoffs 2022 round Game 4 matchup is now streaming live on the Inspiraverse Network channel. Seed 4 Philadelphia 76ers Seed 1.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Pass stolen by Miami.
You go back to the principles, things that we started with.
Someone's not going to be happy about that. You have to be careful on the inbounds.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
Old school equals high percentage.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. To P.J. Tucker. Lowry. to Oladipo. 24-second violation. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Butler. Shot from the lane won't go. Here's a chance from long range. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Butler into the front court. Margins 8. Short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Butler to Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
And the nice finish at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
It's the Heat with the possession. Butler. James Harden with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Oh, he got there.
That's great hustle getting back on D.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Has a chance? Yes. It drops. Little drama on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Waiters here against Harden. And it's Harris who's able to clear the rebound. Ah, rocking the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Tucker to Waiters. Ah, no good. To Harden. Trying to cash in. James Harden. 3 for 6 now.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Tobias Harris with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he adds the free throw. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To P.J. Tucker. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, But what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
DeAndre Jordan tips it. Harris.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
The pass set it all up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Lowry. Dwayne Dedmon with the 2.
He was so wide open. Pretty much looked like a deer staring into the headlights. Last resort, but still, points on the board.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. We reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The 76ers will start the second half with a decent lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Heat have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game.
Game track. Bench points.
The Miami Heat were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half.
Danny Green did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The 76ers are up after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Heat are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Bench points.
The Miami Heat are getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
Danny Green has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Ice cold.
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The 76ers entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Heat would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Bench points.
The Miami Heat had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Danny Green was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Harden to Embiid. Wayne Dedmon, huge block. Fourth this contest. He'd have the basketball. Easy pass to the rim.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Harden. 4-3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Oladipo into the front court. Down a bundle. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Oladipo. Nice pass to set things up. Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ballgame.
Around the perimeter. Butler doesn't have the touch. No good. Harden in possession. His guys up by 15. Green punching it home with the putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Lowry. Here comes the screen. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Looking good, 4 for 5.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Kyle Lowry snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
With James Harden, muscle memory gets it to go.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Ball's controlled by Lowry to P.J. Tucker. Joel Embiid with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Harden. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
He's looking for that touch. To Lowry. Screen coming. Tucker to Oladipo. Joel Embiid rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Danny Green. Pulls up for two.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To P.J. Tucker. Lowry. To Oladipo. Tucker. Finds a shoot for Miami. And Jimmy Butler can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Tucker to Butler.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. He can't get past the defender. To P.J. Tucker. Great dish to set it up. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Butler to bring it up. His guys down big. Missed a wide open look. Miami with the basketball. Butler to Oladipo. Probing the defense. Lowry to Oladipo. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Almost unlucky bounce. Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Lowry to P.J. Tucker. Joel Embiid sends it away. Butler, jumper's good.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Danny Green to Harden. Fires the three. Can't connect.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Tucker to Lowry. To Butler. Short jumper won't go down. Harden with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. Miami secures the rebound. Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Oladipo. Has a chance. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Whoa! What a finish.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
So Lowry for three. Misfires. It's no good. Danny Green to Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry to Oladipo. Butler for two, and he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is the difference maker, it throws the defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just made BJ the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Embiid doesn't get the bounce.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Butler. To Oladipo. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Harden. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Here comes the screen to P.J. Tucker. Shot clock for the Heat, down to three. Passed it off. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. To Danny Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
No good. No daylight. Great defense.
Hey, lock up.
Embiid. From long range. Tough shot. Well defended. Lowry has the basketball. Runner here. Won't go. To Millsap. Oh, Millsap. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
Screen coming. Butler finishing inside the paint on that one.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
That's off the side of the rim, short. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The deficit now up to 12. Butler to Lowry. Trying to cash in. Lowry with a shot that's no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win the defensive battle.
Runner's good there.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Short jumper off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Won't go. To Embiid. Green with a shot, no good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. From the outside, no good. Deep three at the buzzer. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
On the drive, it's Harden, but a shot no good. Oladipo. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Sixers have the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. The Heat grab the board. To Butler. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Bam Adebayo trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 72%. Missed the foul shot. Fires the 3. Man, that was a tough shot.
Think about the multitude of options you have with the transition pull-up 3. If you take your time, you can maybe give a little hezzy. The defender comes out. That's an easy drive. You slow down a little bit. The defender backs off. That's a 3-point shot. You give a little head fake. You get the defender in air. You crack into him. That's a 4-point play. So many options makes it such a dangerous shot.
Time to shuffle things up. Butler. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Harris to Jordan. Victor Oladipo pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Butler to Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Butler. Going to launch beyond the arc. They dare Jimmy Butler to take it, and he makes them pay.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To Harden. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Has a look. Oladipo's shot misses. Pass stolen by Miami. It was right there. To Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 3 for 6 now.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that from my screensaver.
Butler to Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo matched up with Tolliver. Throws it up. Oh, blocked away. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Lowry to Oladipo, beyond the arc for three, off the iron, no good. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. From the painted area, won't go down.
One of the best kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Lowry with it, down a dozen. To P.J. Tucker. Short jumper stays out. To Embiid. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Tucker, over to the right side. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Danny Green to Embiid. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Tobias Harris sends it away. Scooped up, going the other way. And finishes strong. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Finish that. Another shot stays out. Victor Oladipo swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Embiid goes to the right side. 4-3. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Butler. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Harris. Not that time. Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. Butler to Lowry. They'll go to Butler. Down low. Can slam it down. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Lowry. Tobias Harris with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
It's in the hands of Harden. For three, he engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Add 2 points to the board.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Lowry into the front court. Trailing by 15. Not that time. To Harden. Just off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look. To Harden. Lets it fly from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And scores. Strong take.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. It's the Heat with the possession. A drive, but he can't get it to go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Oladipo's shot no good. Butler to bring it up. Down a bundle. Great feed. And the basket good at the rim.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lowry. And the rebound taken down by Harris.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Oladipo to Lowry. Oladipo to Butler. Oladipo to Lowry from long range. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses four in a row. One has to go in eventually.
The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended. Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that.
The Sixers are victorious. They're moving on. Next stop, the Eastern Conference Finals. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers have advanced to the next level, but the goal remains the same: win an NBA championship. Little by little, these guys are doing it one by one. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Heat were eliminated from the playoffs today, and I'm sure there are no words that can make them feel better right now. Making the playoffs can be considered a success, but that's probably not what they want to hear right now. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Danny Green could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.